last time you were basically running around the corner, locking your asses off because of the next level pranking you did, bro, and you really managed to do it. You really got him panicked and then ran away, and you didn't cash in your what was it, 50% off? So you
Yep.
even still got that one if you ever want to use it.
I don't think he's gonna, do that. I don't think we're gonna get that.
Actually,
Yeah.
he is a devil, so his word is his law. He made a deal. We can come back whenever we want.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, yeah. So essentially that, yeah.
Oh
So,
my god, I'm scared. I'm scared of
Deal
going
is
back.
the deal.
so
He
currently,
can't, I mean, that's what we're told. He can't really do anything.
Oh heavens. Okay, well,
well, it can
yeah.
always lawyer up.
Well, I mean, as a magic shop owner, I don't think he can.
Oh yeah, right. The very thing he does is kind of illegal around here. Never
Yes.
mind.
He has no way
Jeez.
to slap back at us.
Anyhow,
This man, wow, this guy is so screwed. And he really has no way of retaliating.
We screwed him pretty hard.
Unless he goes apeshit, of course.
the poor man.
I don't think
him.
I think he very much wants to avoid a visit from my dear captain.
Uh-huh.
Oh, right, yeah. I was like, Captain? What captain?
I
This
always-
is the seafaring game? What are you talking about? Oh,
Like-
God.
I like, what's his name? Captain Kursk. I can vibe with him. He's cool.
I mean, he's also apparently a romantic opponent, and it's kind of weird.
I did not consider him a romantic opponent. I am considering him now. What the fuck?
I mean, apparently he has some interest in Rika.
He wants to
Some kind of
talk
interest.
to her.
Well, talk to him. He did say that me and him apparently have some kind of connection.
You know, I
Yeah.
just want to say, the only people who are making this subcontext, who are making this game about romance, is you two. You're the only ones. And honestly, the only reason why it's working is because you're basically bouncing these theories back and front, and then you just start developing.
You know
See-
what?
see,
Sure,
see-
Now this character said something, sort of in an insinuative way. What could he have meant? Oh, it must have been romantic. Yeah, it must have been.
yeah. Like,
Well, considering that Shaz and Enrica both are very much disaster lesbians.
yeah. Like, Sherison is not going to do anything crazy at the moment. She's just going to be sitting there like, you can see the heat rising off the top of her head, the jealousy.
The steam coming out the ears.
I mean,
The steam coming out
basically
the
now
ears,
I know.
the pencils breaking like snap. How are you feeling? I'm great.
Now I know exactly how Strahd can get to you. He's just going to pretend to romance one another and then just try to
I
make the other
fucking-
one jealous.
I fucking dare him to make Rika jealous.
As if Rika's ever gonna be any kind of attracted to freaking Strahd.
Well, it doesn't have to be. He can just hire some seducer and then,
Oh, come on. Daniel, where's he going to get a seducer in
I don't
Barovia?
know.
Fucking Craigslist? You guys.
Prostitute.
Wait. Oh my God. You know those boards where people post openings for jobs? That is basically Craigslist in the Middle Ages.
Before you go to a tavern, you say like a listing there, need seductress to seduce party of adventurers, paying high gold, Strahd.
Need seductress need to specifically seduce this person, picture included.
If you can vibe with this, write me a letter. Anyhow, back to the story.
The new introduction letter every other adventurer who comes here after us gets.
Now, as you walk down the road, still chuckling from your last deeds, it comes to you what you do next. Do you wish to start your plan and cause it into action to go to Vesper's mansion and start going about your business there? Or would you like to follow the promise you've made and post flyers?
We can post the flyers later. Like after we're done with the job.
When did we promise to post flyers?
I don't think
I have no idea.
We promised to put up flyers for Jess for her shop.
Oh,
Yeah.
did we?
Who the
Yeah.
hell is Jess?
That's the lady who gave us the invisibility potion, you clods.
Vesper?
I know who Jess is. Vesper, your camera's black. You know that's right.
That's not actually what I meant, but also true. I didn't see you. I think something with the camera is off, it's only completely back. But what I also meant is
Nah,
that...
I just need to put on some lights.
What I also mean is that Jess isn't actually her name. That's a nickname you guys came up with, a shortening, so to say. So I'm wondering if
What's her
Vesper
name?
remembers
Jessifer.
the...
What's her name? Jessifer.
You know how good I am in note-taking, so I'm asking Vesper.
I am insulted.
Look, you take a lot of notes, but you don't take notes on every person's name. I don't think so, anyway.
Don't really have a lot of notes besides Curse, the god captain of Valaki, doesn't have a dick. Dorat Gazan.
Who?
Beres is a swamp. And Argon was told is a castle.
What's a castle?
Argon
That
was
place,
told.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, anyhow. As you find yourself on that crossroad, you want to continue on with Vesta mission?
So right, I think.
You know what? I think it's for the better.
Okay.
Because we're not just doing this for ourselves, we're also doing this for Valaki. She may mean well, but that doesn't mean that the person she's trying to invite in will.
Now,
Well, considering Schultz wants to do that bloody revolution, well, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Viva la
Not about
France.
that life.
So, as you start heading towards the Vesta mansion, the clouds in the sky start to darken a little. As you hear your own steps on the cobbled road, and you pass more and more into the worn-down mansions. Further and further away from the beautiful facade of Valaki and more towards the more rugged, rough edges of the city's image. And as you do, would you like to elaborate to me your current plan? There's still quite a bit of time ahead before it actually begins. Do you want to settle down and wait to see her pass out of the mansion? Do you want to? How do you want to approach this? What's the plan?
I kind of want her out of the mansion when we go in.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea, honestly.
Considering everyone has to, as an obligation, be at the festival.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to lay in wait nearby where you have a good view of the entrance of the Vesta Manor. Yes?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we can at least see the road.
Okay, so not necessarily even in front, just the path that she would be forced to take towards the main plaza.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I highly doubt she'd be teleporting the. Considering.
Alright, so as you lay in wait, is there any specific place you would hide in? Otherwise, just roll me a stealth roll, all of you.
Oh boy. Stealth. It's a 13.
Okay, 13. I need everyone to make me a roll. I'll be adding it all together and basically get the more or less average. Okay, that's quite good. Okay, that's...
Was it 20 for a bit, then it turned to 8? God damn.
Okay, it's decent. A lot of heavy lifting of Septimus, who's basically telling you guys how to probably stay hidden. I'm gonna have to see how I oppose that. We're not going to do anything too crazy. Yep. Okay, so as you linger about, do you all stay huddled together, or do you sort of like, you know what, actually, here's the way I say it. If you want to all stick huddled together, you can take the average, otherwise if you all fashion out, everyone uses their own. Which would you prefer?
I think we should stay together.
I think we should stay together, yeah, that makes more sense.
So as you stick it together nearby a corner, sort of trying to be very subtle, blending in, you see more than just your mark passing by. You see all sorts of people making their way towards the market. But it seems that most people already are there. But you see a couple of less fortunate members of Wallachian society passing by, fishers as well as old people. Yes, old people are making their way by, simply strolling down without much of a care of how late they will arrive. And as you spend their time waiting, it's getting closer and closer to the time at which one must arrive at which basically the festival begins, at which it is officially beginning, and the time to be there is mandatory. And as that time does pass, I want you all to roll me actually a perception roll. Alright. By the way, Rika, you were the only one with dark vision, were you?
Damn, sis.
Okay, well, everyone else would also have to make them with disadvantage anyway, so... But anyway,
I never had a chance to begin with.
let's see... Okay.
20 on disadvantage.
Okay. Septimus is really the one focusing on making sure you guys stay hidden while you're basically peeking around and just without much care for stealth or subtlety around the world. He's basically the one putting you back and just being like, okay guys, looking without looking, okay? And you do eventually see, and it could have been possible to sort of overlook it. You see Lady Vesta actually walking in a group of women towards the main plaza, and she's very much within the group of women, and she's wearing much less flashy wear than she used to when she was, for example, meeting Rika and the other one. And, still, there's definitely some element of noble-esque even in the way that she is. Like, she's trying to look more subtle, less flashy, less showy, but at the same time, there's very clear adornments. The emblem of her family crest is still stricken into her thing. And she isn't exactly hiding. Her hood isn't, like, down and close, but she is definitely dressed much more humble than she would normally be as she's walking down there. And as she is, a couple of the ladies with her She is holding small talk about this and that. It's a bit too far. Well, actually, you want a natural 20. Never mind. With your elven ears, you manage to make out that they're actually having some small talk about the festivities. Some of them slightly, seemingly a bit talking badly about it, thinking that it might be quite boring. Another mentions that they actually brought a book with them that they can read during it to actually pass the time. And, they carry on and eventually leave out of sight. Lady Vester has left the mansion.
All right. Show us the way, Saban.
All right.
And with that, as she passes, 3 figures step into the street, walking towards Vester Manor.
Yeah. Well, going to the side, to
Going to the side, yeah.
the entryway of the brothers.
As you circle around an alleyway to get to the side, as the road isn't quite open to get there, you find yourself through a garden to the exact spot in which the fence was a little
Bent.
at the top, so easy to get over that.
Yeah, Saban would be on the ground and help the 2 others jump up and then climb afterwards himself.
You can all make me some athletics checks with advantage if Saban is helping.
Yeah.
It's not particularly hard, but it's more about seeing how easily
Is
you
there-
get across.
Is there any chance that I could use acrobatics for this role, or does it have to be athletics?
No, not quite. You're very much trying to basically heave yourself over the fence with the
Okay.
help of Saban. There's not much balance involved in this. You succeed. And at last, I need Saban to make me a straight roll, and yes, you also succeed quite easily. So all of you, with the help of Saban, easily make it over the fence, and Saban himself simply heaves himself up and over, and you all make it across without causing too much noise or anything of the like. And now you're in the garden. You see right to you the gate, which is closed, of course, and in front of you the house, as it is, as always, in its, now with the darkened clouds, it looks a little less formidable than it did. And now that you actually see it from the side and even have a little look at the behind, you see that it is not as well maintained than it was in the front. There's actually some greens growing on it, some vines. And of course, in front of you, you have the Vester Manor. There's, as you're looking around, you try to spot any entry points. You already know, of course, of the front way to getting inside. From a current perspective,
Didn't the brothers go in from the side door or something like that?
no, they went through a window, and they did it rather clumsily as well. And yes, there are windows.
Well, I'll try look for the same window, hoping that it just may be left open most of the time for them.
You do see 2 windows, one of which one of the brothers used, but the difference was back then it was open. On this occasion, it seems to be closed. The window is right next to one small of these cellar things that goes down into the ground. But there's also a padlock on it. And yeah, that's basically the side of the house. How would you like to proceed? You can look through the window and on the
If
other
the
side.
street seems empty, I guess it's not gonna hurt to try and open the window, see if it lifts up or not.
Okay.
I agree with that.
If you would like to just try and softly lift it up, there's definitely, it's definitely locked. There's some sort of bolt or something set in place on the other side. So that is not going to go.
I don't suppose anyone has any thieves' tools.
No.
No. Good hammer and chisel away the lock. Wedge it open. It's less subtle, but it works.
Hmm.
Brilliant.
Well, not all, like we have much choice at the moment.
I mean, there's more entry points.
Sure, but they're probably locked.
Yes.
It can be assumed.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if they are open. Well, could have Remus, you could go around the place, look if the windows are open or not.
All right.
In the
Yeah.
meantime, we can wedge this one open. Try to do it quietly if we can, and if you come back and it's the only way in, we're just gonna do it a bit more loud.
All right. Okay. And Remus is going to head off stealthily and try to find another window or
Okay.
a door or something. So,
Okay, right now you're on the east side of the house, assuming that the south side is the front of the house and the northeast side is the back. So are you going to go to the back side as you're sort of circling around, or are you going to begin with the front side?
I'm not going to the front. I think I'd rather go to the back.
Okay, so your current objective is to find any openings, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And you're going by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Alright, so as you do, first of all, you pass by the cellar door.
Can I try that?
Yes, there is a lock basically on the two things, preventing it from going up all the way.
I wish Brelana was here. I could break this lock and she could cast Mend on it.
The best thing she wasn't so for.
How dare you,
I
sir?
said what you were thinking. Now,
No! How dare you? How dare you, sir? For shame.
As you, by the way, Rika and Despa, Saban, what are you doing as you remain back there?
Kind of slowly try to break the lock. I expect it's what type of how is it locked? Just a latch or?
You can't see for certain since the lock is probably on the inside. But
It is a window.
yes, but it is one of those. How do I say? It's one of those windows where it's like two sections: a top section and a middle section, where you can basically take the down section and sort of push it upwards onto the top section. Presumably, the lock is in the middle section where the wood is at. And
Oh, so that's very easy to break. All right.
okay.
Yeah. Saban actually has his tools with him, so I'll just slide in either a chisel, ask a dagger from Rika, or use one of my axes, and just use that to break the lock.
You don't have a
Because
crowbar?
No.
that's gonna break it more, but I guess the thing is I want something to hammer on, because if it's a window like that, it means that the build system is like this, so I can just let something in between, hammer it from the down, and break whatever lock.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have something like a lever opener, but not really a dagger.
Well, I have hand axes, I have smith tools,
Right, okay.
I have arrows.
So, I'm not quite... So you're trying to make this silently happen? Is that why you're doing it slowly, or...?
Yeah,
Okay.
in case.
But still
then you
something
just-
would break. You would leave behind evidence, presumably.
Yeah.
Okay, just check.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to also before you continue real quickly, Rika, as you presumably simply watch over, make sure checking around. Suddenly, you feel a cold prick in your face.
A cold prick.
Yes, like somebody took a cold needle and jabbed it in your face.
I'm gonna see if I can see anything around.
No.
What happened? Zaban says as he's trying to see what part of the
Well, it feels
hammer.
like something stung my face. Like something cold. I don't know. Seems.
Funny enough, Saban, you feel exactly the same thing, but on your hand. You're starting to
Which
realize
one?
it's starting to rain.
All right.
Zaban is wearing gloves.
Oh, well, fucking never mind then.
That's what I was thinking.
Never
How?
mind, never mind. Somebody came very prepared for that burglary. I'm wearing
Well, it's
gloves.
fingerless gloves, so I still leave fingerprints all over, but
Yeah, it's not like there's fingerprint technology
yeah,
in Barovia.
Anyhow,
we don't know.
back to Septimus. Okay, so as you pass to the back side of the house, you do indeed find a back door with a couple of steps leading towards it, as well as two more windows to the right. Would you like to... Would you like to investigate them more or keep circling around? We can't hear you for some reason.
Sorry. I think I'm gonna go through every potential opening
Okay.
and try to see if I can do anything there.
Okay, so the door is definitely locked. You're going to try both the windows as well to see if there's any resistance, and they are also, as a matter of fact, locked. You did say you're sneaking, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing this silently, I'm assuming?
No, I'm actually holding a pot and a huge spoon, and I'm hitting the pot as hard as I can while sneaking around.
Excellent, excellent. So Suban, Rika, you hear... No, but in all genuinity, I think I do need to have you roll another stealth check.
Sure.
Just gonna use this one since you're on your own. Okay. Anyway, as we move on, you try the different windows, they also don't work, and with that, the back end of the house is also checked. And so you come to the west side of the building, which also contains a garden, and of course a bit of a sort of outstretched part of the house, which also contains two windows. As you go towards the first window to check, you immediately notice that there's somebody inside. You see, or rather you spot through the window, in this sort of extension of the house, sitting on a sofa, the man that previously had spied on you as well as extended an invitation to you, the hooded figure.
I'm just picturing him laying on the sofa, like
He's genuinely just
hands
sort of...
unbuttoned, eating popcorn.
He is genuinely just sort of sitting on the couch, basically legs crossed, and has a book in front of him that he seems to be reading.
He's reading smart. 100%. 100%. Calling it out.
And he has not appeared to have noticed you yet.
Fuck. Yeah, Septimus is going to sneak back to Rika and Saban as quietly as he can, while thinking,
He is on the literally opposite side of the house where Rika and Saban are currently at. That is one saving grace.
that doesn't mean that he can't get up from the sofa at any given
That
moment.
is true, but he seems to be very comfortable right now.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna sneak back to Saban and Rika.
I don't have this. I don't have the sleep spell.
Let me see, maybe I have it.
Sure. Wait, is he some kind of elf? If he's some kind of elf, it doesn't work.
You just chokehold him. That works even on elves.
I don't fucking have the sleep spell. Hanley has that. I never have a spell when I need it.
Well, you know, I don't have knock, so because that's just a wizard spell.
That would kind of be counterintuitive considering it lets out a huge knock in 200 feet radius.
Yes. But if it, yeah.
So first you need to cast Silent, and then you could use Knock.
It's 300 feet away.
Yeah. Works if you combine it with Silent spell.
Yes, because it emanates from the target. Right.
Yeah.
So, as you've drawn back together, the plan is to break the window?
Well, break.
Softly apply
Yeah.
pressure until it does go.
Basically,
Until
have
it-
the lock. I mean, there's a small chance the lock will just open up, depending on how it is there.
Okay.
So it's basically going to start out with Saban just giving like light taps on the end of the whatever we're using.
Alright.
Be it.
I'm going to rule this as you utilizing your smithing knowledge to your advantage. So what I would like you to do is roll me a strength with the proficiency of your smithing tools applied.
All right. Those are technically the tools I'm using.
Yes, excellent.
Ooh, only a 9, 15.
Only. Alright. So, you feel that you're definitely getting somewhere. And I'm going to put it towards you. You have a choice. Either you feel you have the option of making it go open without breaking it, but it will take longer. Or you can break it without causing too much of a sound and get in now. At the same time, both Rika, actually just Rika, because you're not wearing, gloves area, you feel that it is becoming more and more likely that it's going to rain soon.
I mean, that's fine. It muffles the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That case we have time to wait. So is it like takes time as in it takes 1 minute or 10 minutes?
I'm going to say you're not completely sure. I'm just going to say it's going to take 2d4 minutes.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna say take a while if we wanna go quiet. Could just break it and go in now. Which do you want?
Well, okay, so we had an hour.
Could try going at it for 4 or 5 minutes and then just break it if it doesn't let up in that time.
Well, we'll see if Sharzan has.
She's here with us.
Yeah. Well, Sharzan, you. But if you guys on the other side, that maybe wouldn't be very good. So try to do it suddenly. And if that doesn't
Breaking
work-
it isn't gonna create a lot of noise either. It's just gonna leave a mark that it's been done.
Well, leaving marks doesn't really mean much.
It's gonna leave it
Can't
broken.
Sure, but it can't really be proven.
Yeah, well, they'll know we've been here. Since they knew we were looking this place out.
Someone will know we've been. Someone will know someone has been here. We'll try. Let's try to
It'll
do
be
something.
dumb. It'll be really dumb if they know we've been casing them out, and then they find that the lock's been broken, someone's been in, but maybe it just wasn't us.
That's odd. These party of adventurers have required evidence against me. Also, recently there's been a lock broken in my house.
It's like, lock's been broken. Well, we had that group of adventurers trying to look up info on us. I wonder who it could have been.
Let's try to do it subtly.
Oh, it's the servants, probably.
Yeah, don't know how to
Maybe
operate a
it's
window.
just a really old lock and it broke on its own. This thing's happen.
Yeah, the barn is trying to get it
Okay.
subtly open. It's better.
In that case,
If it does seem like gonna save 5-6 minutes, the barn will just
you
snap it
roll me the
open.
2d4 then.
All right. 7.
You tell me when you stop.
Of course, I rolled well on that one. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like 5 minutes in, so it's just like it's a surprisingly good lock. Oh well, dunks.
Yeah. and
Especially if the rain starts pouring, he's just gonna trust that that's gonna mask the little tub.
Yeah, precisely with the rain, as rain starts settling in, it becomes more and more clear that the longer you stay out here, you will become soaked. And
Saban's gear is kind of made for that, so he's fine.
That doesn't really matter. I think prestidigitation I can just try as a bit at a time.
so as you stand there around in the rain for a little bit, eventually Saban simply opens it with a little bit of a click and opens the window. And I'm assuming all of you are going to simply enter through the window into the kitchen.
Mhm.
Okay. So as you do, you're finally out of the cold rain into what appears to be the kitchen. And yeah, you are a bit wet. Especially from the repelling gear of Saban, the water still is very shiningly sitting on it, and a bit of it is simply dropping onto the wooden floor of the kitchen. The kitchen itself is held rather normal. It is a noble's kitchen. There's a couple of fine things lying about, but all in all, it is just a kitchen. There's a table there with a couple of meats laid out, as well as a few different knives and different cutlery to prepare the food, as well as a cauldron and a fireplace, and yeah, all things necessary to make food. I really need to step up my game with descriptions. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Saban is gonna try to close the window after we're all inside and try to look at the lock, how it has been broken. If there's any chance he could kind of just try to bend it back somewhat.
No.
Still could be investigated that it's been tampered with, but make it a little less obvious.
That's no, it's not possible. It is a straight up completely bent. Bending that back, it's not going to be working again as closing the window. But now that you're in this room, you have, well, really you have two doors as well as one very clear closet of sorts that you can explore. What would you like to do? Where would you like to go?
The first time I'm in the house, so you two lead. Where are we going?
Okay, well,
I've never been here before. You lead.
yeah, well, if we're trying to find things in the direction of the room, we should probably go upstairs.
All right. Oh, by the way, be careful. The man who's been shadowing us, he's in the house. He's on the other side of the house. I saw him. He's just sitting around reading a book at the moment. That doesn't mean that he can't get up and see us.
Just remind me, the other two people, please also roll me stealth rolls.
Before that, Saban will actually take off his boots and put them in a bag.
Alright. To make less noise, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You know what? Does Sharrison's shoes make noise?
What clothes do you have?
Fancy clothes.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
that-
I'm taking the shoes off. Too.
yeah.
Shoes off.
Okay.
Everyone going
I'm
barefoot.
going to rule that everyone who takes their shoes off gets a +2 to their staff roll.
Ooh.
Nice.
So I'm just looking back at Septimus staff roll. That would be an 18 now. Saban,
Wow.
8 right now.
Ooh. Let's see.
10.
Oh! Motherfucker. Let's hope it
Could be
doesn't have a
worse. I could be
high
wearing
wisdom.
noisy armor.
Well, I'm not wearing anything other than clothes, so you tell me who's wearing armor.
Yeah.
Yes, with that, how do you proceed? There's as I said, there's a slender wooden door leading to some sort of closet in the middle of the room. There's one door that's leading into the heart of the mansion, and one that leads north to the corner.
The central hallway was, in the center of the house, right? So
Quite
that'd
correct,
be
yes.
toward the heart of the house.
And there you are, indeed, in the center hallway, which leads to the front door as well as to the stairs that lead upwards. It also leads into the big dining room as well as that place with the sofas and the fireplace in which you first had the conversation with Lady Vesta on the ground floor. But, and no, I'll leave it at that now.
Up the stairs.
Oh, good point. I'm keeping that in mind, that's right. The rain is, at this point, clattering satisfyingly on the rooftops, making a loud sound. You're not quite certain how this is going to influence festivities on the main plaza where paintings were to be showcased.
That's a good point. What if it gets
I mean,
called off?
hopefully they have some kind of a covering on it.
What if the festival gets called off?
Well,
Then we're gonna be jumping out of windows.
Potion.
Yeah.
All right.
Just in case, maybe we should split those now.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, Saban takes 2 out of his sacks and gives 1 to Rika and 1 to Sherasin or Septimus or Remus or
Sharrison, just call
whoever
it
they are
Sharrison.
being today.
You make it sound like I have like a triple personality. I don't. I just have one.
We have problems with the name.
Yeah, to be fair, it's
You've called yourself Septimus today.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Look,
Sharrison.
it's difficult. We
It's
all need to
difficult
get
being
used
so
to
awesome.
it.
Yeah. It's difficult being such an icon.
I'm going to keep
Yeah.
referring to you as Septimus as long as you are officially dressed as him. That's just easier for me. I will just be referring to your outward persona.
Okay. All right. That means I need to get a dress.
I
Anyway,
know a place.
so as you're in that hallway, Rika, you said you want to go upstairs.
Yes.
Okay. As you all start sneaking upstairs, the wood of the stairs do make slight creaks. Some of them seeming endlessly
As
long.
we're also going, Saban will say, be holding in the rear. I look most like a burglar, so if we do get spotted, could be passed off as that.
Yeah, I don't necessarily look a lot like a bagler.
Yeah, so you two go ahead. I'll hold the rear.
Okay.
As you all
So I suppose Rick is leading.
As you all make it upstairs, the wooden birds that do groan softly under your steps. Whereas Saban steps on them, oh, they groan louder. And you simply, you keep your teeth clenched as you keep up to the end of the top. And as you do, you arrive at the top of the stairs in another hallway, one in which you've visited before, you've been here before. This is the hallway with the portraits as well as the odd mirror that did not cast a reflection. You remember that at the end of this hallway to the right was the room of, what was it, Hannah or something?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Hannah. And otherwise, that's all the directions you know of. There's immediately as you exit at the double doors, to your right, what am I talking about? Sorry, at the end of the stairs, to your right there's a single door, and to your left are two double doors. As well as, of course, at the end of the hallway, a door that leads to another room, and to the right of that, another door, and opposing that, also another door, as well as a closet that's right at the end of the hallway, alongside with a window that shows outside. In fact, even in front of you, there's a window showing it's outside. Both of the ends of the hallways have windows.
Okay.
There's also a table with vase on top, and in general, as you stand there, you see lots of paintings of old men staring you down. There's no doubt many generations have passed through these hallways before, and now you're sneaking through.
I suppose we should try to find Lady Veshta's room.
Alright,
I think we should start with the one with double doors.
okay. Who is this person still in the back? Who's in the front?
I know the place.
Rick leads, Sheriff's in the middle,
Makes sense.
Zaban at the back.
So Rika, as you open the double doors, you find yourself in a long, big room with, it's a library, very clear. And there's bookshelves on the walls, and as well as a fireplace with a big painting of a man with greyed hair looking down upon all that walk the library. There's a desk in the middle of the room with a chair and some pens, and as well as some lovely sofa on which one can sit. This is from this room, this big room that leads to the west side of the house, is of course also part of this extension that overlooks the garden, with a big window that shows outside. The desk is positioned right in front of this window and the chair on the other side, so that when one sits, one can look immediately out the window into the garden.
Right. It's library, so
And as you open the doors and step inside, you hear a soft cling as you spot a couple of cats looking curiously at you.
Familiars.
Wow, they're just cats. Do they look friendly? I mean, cats are not territorial.
You own a cat, you tell me.
They're gonna run because they're scared.
It's like 50-50. Either they come and rub themselves on our feet and purr, or then they're gonna hide.
Yeah. Let's say it like that. You are right at the door still, and most of the cats seem to. Well, I'll say it like that. Two cats basically poke around the corner. One simply stands up at attention as you open the door, then sits back down again and just sort of relaxes, chills in the middle of the room and stares you down.
Okay.
The one that sits in the middle of the room, you see, has the thing that caused the noise of tingling in, a key around its neck.
Key?
Mm-hmm. A key.
A key?
A key. What are you trying to do?
Trying to get the cat to come to me.
Yeah, just looks you down. It seems to be sitting quite comfortably.
Okay.
But one of the cats that was around the corner does approach you. But it is very clear from its body language that it is doing so rather cautiously, so any quick movements are probably going to disperse it to the back of the room again.
May have something to get the cat. If you want to try and get the key out of it.
Yes, we should probably get the key. Just for this.
Alright. Explore the rest of the room, I'm gonna... get something out for it.
Do you close the door behind you?
Yes.
Yes.
We're not
Saban
brand
did
new,
that the
okay?
moment he
One of the
came in.
cats that tried to sneak around you guys is very dejected and disappointed.
Yeah. Don't worry. John, you're gonna have something. Saban will dig around in his items. He's gonna take out his fishing tackle.
Oh, okay. I see where you're getting
And-
at this.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the hook off of it. I
As
can
you
reattach it
just
later.
take it round and you basically take the hook on after swinging there, you already, both of you, Rika and Septimus, you see the tail of the cat that is just sitting there start flourishing.
Yeah, Saban is gonna cut the hook off. Put that safety to be used later. Alright, well I have their attention, so if one of you wants to do it, or I can do it while you search the rest of the room.
I don't have animal handling, so I'm fairly certain I'm shit at it.
I am.
Oh yeah, I'm trash at it.
I am all right. Just better than nothing. Little bit better than nothing.
Okay. In that case,
I could play with it, and the other one would try and pet the cat if that helps.
that works. Yeah.
Well, if you can begin petting the cat, you might be able to get your hand on the key.
One of the cats starts
Yeah.
climbing on the chimney and starts walking closely around all the pictures, trying to get a closer look at you. The chimney is lined with
Yes.
pictures.
Hey, Chaz, cat.
Yep, Saban kind of waves around the toy.
I'm gonna see if I can find any books that might have something to do with our good friend, the Lord.
Alright,
Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
alright, so you
Is
guys
there
are
like a
going to-
desk?
Yes, there is a desk, as I said, in front of the big ass mirror that oversees the garden.
Great.
Let me just really quickly, how do I handle this? To whom do I cut first? Whoop. So, also, as you start working towards the desk, you see more cats hiding under it.
How many fucking cats are in this house?
A lot. You've seen 6 so far.
Okay. Well, so Miss Sherrison's gonna cautiously extend her hand, not too much, but be like,
No, those 2 cats dart away behind the sofa into
Okay.
a corner.
goodbye. I'm gonna check the papers on the desk.
Alright, let's see. Let's start off with this way. You're trying to basically get the cat with the key to play with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me animal handling with advantage.
Alright.
Alright.
An 18 and a 1.
The cat starts standing up very majestically and slowly, then trots its way towards you and jumps at the fishing line with enthusiasm only matched by a cat that's very bored.
Saban's gonna play with it for a while, and then he's at some point gonna let the cat have its prey, and during that time, try to pet it. And if it accepts the petting, gonna pet it a little, scratch it on its head, and then try to take the key.
The cat seems to not really enjoy but tolerate your petting, as it is preoccupied with tearing apart its prey. And
I need to make a new tackle.
so you try and approach it to take away its key. I need you to roll me another animal handling for that.
Yeah. If it does seem like it's getting wary, Saban will give a few shakes to the toy again.
Alright. Go on.
Wow.
Yeah, as you try to go for its neck, it simply basically jumps up and, still with the tackle in its mouth, basically tries to dart away from you.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You know what? Fuck yeah, sure. Okay, go on ahead
Grapple
and
that
grapple
bitch.
it if you want to.
Yeah.
Try.
I will try. I have gloves. I'll trust that they'll be able to.
I
18.
don't think a cat can beat it.
Here's the bad
might.
news. It can, and it rolled a nat 20 at it. As you try and grapple it, something pops in your mind. Cats are liquid, and it just sort of runs through your fingers as it lands on the floor in a perfect on its four legs, and starts basically dashing towards the surfer. Jumps on top of it and just settles down again, trying to have fun with its prey.
And went into prey guarding mode. Somebody else want to give it a try? I don't think it wants me close again.
I'll see what I can do. We're just gonna slow, very slow. Like, come closer.
So Barney's just gonna turn around, to not be even looking at the cat. He's gonna study the room to see if there's anything to find.
Rika, as you approach the cat, do you want to? What's your goal here?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to, I'm trying to become friends with the cat.
Okay, go for animal handling, because as you start approaching it very slowly, it stops, looks at you, and stands up uneasily.
Okay. Not like I'm gonna. Okay. So, too slow is not great. Too fast is not great. So, try to keep it balanced. Not seem like I'm sneaking up to pounce, and not like I'm, charging. Try to keep it.
All right, go on.
Oh, that's not great.
So as you try approaching it slowly but not too slow, it looks at you, and then just sort of jumps off the sofa and trots away from you at an even pace. And it is going to basically settle in front of the fireplace at this point.
Okay, my turn. Can I
Okay.
try
Yes.
to?
Another fail is gonna climb the chimney.
It's gonna climb up the chimney like Santa.
Yeah.
Peace.
Okay. What I'm gonna try to do is, okay, a way to make cats feel chill is if you ignore them, because they think that if you're not looking at them, you're not picking a fight. They think you're respecting them and respecting their space. So what Septimus is going to do is very, casually, walk around the room, not even look at the cat in the fireplace, and, very casually try to, get close to it and go pss, 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 and try to pet its head. Or
Okay.
give it a chance to sniff his finger or his hand first.
Okay then. Roll me an animal handling. This whole strategy of the preamble works flawlessly. Doesn't seem to be wrecking you, but as you basically go in close to try and basically seal the deal, I need you to
Please, cat, please.
the animal handling, and that is enough. Your strategy worked out well enough, and as you go in close, the cat basically acknowledges your presence, and seeing as you haven't made a direct move that looks like you're trying to counter, she respects you as you try and sort of like give her a bit of a petting.
Great. Okay. I would like to pet her head and very gently, get the ring off of her collar while being like, "Excuse me, Mrs. Cat, but
Right.
I really need this."
Is it a collar or is it just tied?
It's a collar.
Oh, good
It's
question.
a proper collar.
Okay.
Good work. Okay, so you can't. But couldn't we just take the collar off?
Yeah.
You have to go for the throat. Just go behind.
Excellent. I'm gonna do that. Just take off the collar. I think the cat's gonna be happier without the collar. They don't
Yeah.
like having something go ring ring on
Yeah,
their necks.
it's actually true. As you take it off, the cat sort of like goes with its paws across its neck to try and straighten its fur around that spot, and you now have the collar with the key.
Yes.
Harrison holds it up and says, "Got it."
Let's find out what it's for.
It's good. Try to have it make less tingling sounds.
Okay.
The cat seems to be pleased, and yeah, you still remain here in this relatively cold room, surrounded by pictures of the Vesta family.
All right, well, getting back to what I was doing, checking around, see if there's anything relating to our good lord.
Alright, you want to roll me an investigation to see if you can find or spot any books around the topic of, well, the devil.
Sure. That's not great.
Go on, lads.
Wow.
That's not much better.
Okay. You look around and, you know, you spot, I think, a few books about herbology and things like that. You also spot some fiction books, but none of them really around darker fiction about even werewolves or even vampires or anything like that. Just fairy tales, herbology, and you can't really find anything more interesting so far. It appears that the book selection that you find around here is very, very tame. Very tame. Like, you can't even find, even in the fairy tale books that you have around here, you can't find anything bloody at all.
Okay. Check the desk, see if any of the drawers are locked.
All right.
See if any of them are locked. We don't know if any of them are yet. Remaining.
Okay.
What's Saban doing? Well, by the way,
The investigation.
investigation what?
6.
Sorry. Oh, right, yeah. What I said also counts
Yeah.
with you were also investigating the books, I'm assuming, yeah.
Books or anything else interesting in the room.
Well, anything interesting in the room. That's okay.
With a 6, I don't think that's gonna really net me much.
You want to take a look at the pictures?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if nothing else, there may be something in the backgrounds of them that are important
It
to.
appears to be there's a lot of family pictures about the Vesta family. You see, you can also piece together that the man in the big portrait is the husband of Lady Vesta. There's pictures of the boys as they were younger, of Hannah as she was younger, and of course also of the lady herself. In general, all of these pictures seem to have been of younger days, where all of them seem quite happy, and Lady Vesta seems to have a lot more colour in her face that she used to last time that Rika seen her. But that's not something you know.
Yeah, I'm clueless in those parts.
Otherwise, you also find a cabinet with a variety of glass inside of it, different sort of wine glasses, all sort of stacked neatly next to each other for display purposes. No wine though, just the glasses. And yep. Otherwise, sorry, what were you looking for? You were looking in the drawers, yes?
Yes, opening, seeing if any of them if any of them are locked.
Okay, let me just look right here. That's there. None of them appear to be locked, but yeah, sorry, none of them are locked. However, you can find, you can find a variety of writing equipment inside of them, such as, quill, words, different inks. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. and as well as paper, wax candles, and of course a wax seal with the Vesta crest on it.
I am stealing that.
All right, okay. You have that now in your possession, and that's about all you found on the desk itself. Looking at it, there is actually roll me an investigation to see if you can find anything more aside from the fact of what is inside, because you have healthy human eyes that allow you to tell that. Okay.
Human.
Yes.
Half elf.
Humanoid. Sorry, that was what I meant.
Well, maybe the eyes are human.
Well, you know, I have dark vision, so maybe not.
As you investigate the desk,
Rico, what do your elven eyes see?
you
Jack
see that
shit.
you know, the content of its drawers are very neatly held in place, very neatly organized, very neatly put together, and you know, the desk itself is also very neatly organized. Everything is in its specific place, nothing out of the ordinary, no paper left over or anything.
Well, I suppose that was the library.
Mm-hmm. That is certainly the library.
Let's go.
As you leave, you find yourself back in the main hallway. There's one door in front of you, in front of the stairs, and of course to your right there is a closet, as well as 3 doors leading to 3 different rooms, out of which one is of course Hannah's room.
Yes. First of all, I want to check the mirror, see if there's anything behind it, just out of curiosity.
Okay, are you going to... It's a full body mirror. It is going to be a bit heavy. Are you going to basically pick it up?
No, I'm just going to see if I can tip it out to see if there's, like, just not much, just enough to see if there's anything behind it.
Okay, okay, that makes it easier, but I'm going to have you roll athletics nonetheless.
Oh, can anyone help?
I can help, yes.
If you ask for it, sure.
Yes.
The main reason for this roll is to see if you can do it quietly.
Yes.
If Rico likes Saban over, he can come from looking at the pictures.
Okay.
So,
That's a 12.
That is enough. You tilt it over, you look behind it, and there doesn't appear to be anything behind the mirror. So you tilt it back in place without making any noise. And now that all 3 of you are standing in front of this mirror, once again, no reflection of any one of you.
I poked the surface of the mirror.
It is definitely a solid mirror reflection.
Wait. Is it... Can I try to see if there's anything behind it? Can I try to pull the frame?
Rika just
We
did that.
just did that.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They tilted the
Sorry.
frame to look behind it, and there was just a more wall.
It's just
Sorry,
a
my
really-
brain blanked.
Just a really weird mirror.
It is a weird mirror, definitely.
Do I have Arcana?
Well, I mean, I don't have detect magic, so that would have been a great spot.
Could I try making an Arcana check to see what the deal might be with this mirror?
You can roll an Arcana check, certainly, but there's only so much you can find out about it with just an Arcana check.
Reasonable.
You can roll for it, though. See what happens. That's not bad.
Oh.
That's not bad at all. So,
Yeah.
the straight-up first answer is, it's magical. Without reason of doubt, it is magical. The fact that it's not reflecting the surface of what should be proves, for a matter of fact, that this is no normal mirror. There is something magical about it, definitely. Now, the reason as to why or what purpose that serves is one that is a bit more difficult to say. You suspect that it might be because the mirror is supposed to show something that is not a reflection. assuming that given some sort of specific trigger or thing happening, the mirror is going to show something.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
It shows nothing.
Don't suppose the boys told any stories while they were drunk with Saban.
Ooh, okay. What would you roll for?
We did exchange stories.
What could you roll me for that? Let's see. Any idea?
Did
I
anything
guess it
happen?
would either be Arcana again, or... Then I'm not
You
sure.
can roll me an intelligence persuasion to see how much you've actually paid attention to, how much you've been able to get out of them.
Intelligence persuasion. Alright, so it's just a flat intelligence, because I do not have proficiency.
Let's see.
Oof.
Nah, not much.
Today's not a good day.
It really isn't for you guys. There isn't much that you...
Hopefully that'll reset. Yeah.
There really
15,
isn't a
12.
lot you get out of it. They really didn't talk much about the mirrors or their own home. In fact, they barely talked about themselves, other than, oh, Westers were so cool and important. But that's about it. Nothing that had any pull in reality, sadly.
Do I remember anything about magic mirrors from my time at the academy?
That's very general, but
Well,
I'll allow you to...
something similar to this, because this seems pretty like...
Okay, you know what? Since
Seems a bit
Septimus rolled a
more-
20, and I'm assuming Septimus is sharing the info he gets from this, I'm allowing you to roll me one Arcana. To see if you remember anything specific in your past, anything similar stories you've heard about mirrors. But it is very vague. This is a long list.
No, fuck that.
You remember a story...
Should we just
About-
end the session here, come back another day? Have we rolled a buff?
No, you're terrible. You remember... The only roles we've done decent is Septimus from his stealth. But you remember
Perception.
stories...
Saban did roll a 20 on perception on disadvantage.
You remember a story that if you say something specific into a mirror, that a visage is to appear in it and do your bidding.
I asked! Mirror,
And
mirror
sure.
on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Yeah, nothing
Is it
happens.
coming out?
Nothing happens.
Okay, magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
How loud do you get?
I'm whispering.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay, well, door in front of the stairs. See if it's locked.
Just to be safe, try showing the key to the mirror.
You show the key to the mirror and nothing happens. The key doesn't even show up
Okay.
in the reflection. So as you go towards the door that leads into the the door in front of the stairs, you open the room and you see a very simple bedroom with a single bed. And you smell a faint smell of alcohol inside this room.
Oh, is this that guy's... Or is it one of the brothers? My brother.
Don't think them hold much else for sleeping, so it could work.
It looks rather untidy and the bed isn't really made.
Well, let's see if we have an indication of whose room it is.
Yeah, Saban is gonna try look around for it.
You looking around for anything specific?
There is a smell of alcohol in there.
Ah, okay. Roll me investigation. Or perception if you want to follow the alcohol smell.
Yeah. Damn.
As you investigate and smell around, it seems like it seems to be coming from the bed itself, and you find a little bit of a soaked in stain that smells very, very much of alcohol.
I'm going to see if I can find any indication of whose room it exactly has been, or is.
Let's see, did I ever give those two names? I don't remember. Someone here? None of you remember, I'm assuming. Ooh, well, if you want to figure out which one of the two brothers it is specifically, do you already roll?
Yeah, perception 8. That's my third 4 in a row, where 5 of my last rolls have been 4s.
Right, Rika.
But basically the brothers, if you were wondering about the names or what.
I don't remember specifically, yeah.
Flint is Cheery, one Brent is Nemo.
Right.
With a Y.
Sure. Okay, yep.
Flint and Brent.
I do remember... Was it Brint, really? Okay.
Yes.
Well done, Dan of the past. Now, you try to figure out which one of the two's room it is. Well, that's a tough one. Roll me investigation.
If you find sad poetry and shit, it's the Brent.
Yeah.
If you find actual booze and, I don't know, naked illustrations of women, it's most likely Flint, I assume.
You find some clothes in one of the closets who have like it's a very shitty sort of Christmas sweater, and on the back it has Brint written on it.
Well, no wonder the guys are emo.
Yeah, no shit.
He's forced to wear that every Christmas. I didn't know Barovia would have Christmas.
Me neither.
What?
I think Alaki would
Surprising.
have. I don't think Barovia has.
Wait, you guys don't celebrate Strahd Day?
That makes
Wait,
much
why
more
would
sense.
Alaki celebrate Strahd Day?
That makes no sense, yeah. Well, this house, it might make sense.
Look, man. Just because they don't believe in Strahd
This
doesn't
house.
mean they don't celebrate
This
it,
house.
okay?
This
Strahd
house
Day
might
is of
celebrate
cultural
Strahd.
importance, okay? You don't have to believe in it to celebrate it.
To be fair, this house may actually celebrate Strahd Day in its full meaning. Just be very, very quiet about the celebrations.
Anyhow, that's about basically the most you get out of this room. Unless you want to try and see more about the personal possessions of Brent.
Let's
You
go.
find, I
Let's
mean,
go.
you do see next to the bed, you see like a book with skulls all over.
It's worth looking through.
Yep.
I mean, maybe there is a reading. My family is so dumb for worshipping Strahd.
Yeah. No, it's mostly just has a couple of drawings in it. That's about it. Couple of
No
pages
drawings of
drawings,
Strahd.
skeletons with fire around them, stuff like that. Nothing really Strahd related necessarily, unless skeleton is good enough.
No, probably not. All right, let's move on. Next room.
Sad kid.
Alright, with that, there's the 3 rooms at the end of the hallway alongside a closet, which is also at the end of the hallway. Right?
Yes, there were 2 rooms, the closet, and then Hannah's room, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So we're checking the 2 rooms that are not Hannah's room.
How much time has passed?
At this point, I would say you've probably been here around 15 minutes or so,
Okay.
with the cans and all. You know what, I was looking at that. So you want to look in the 2 rooms that aren't Hannah's, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so going around basically clockwise, there's a bit of a railing along the stairs you follow as you go past the mirror and to the other side of the hallway. And once again, you open one of the doors leading inside another single bedroom.
The mom will remain outside for a while to see, listen in if there's anything happening downstairs.
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. As you enter this single bedroom, there is once again a very slight smell of alcohol, less strong than the other room, but still persistent. And otherwise, what would you like to look for in there?
Nothing, I don't think. Well, actually, if there's a diary here, that'd be great.
Okay, roll me investigation to see if you can find anything of the like. Not really. You can find, however, a bag that smells very herbal-like, but is empty.
Damn, it's empty. Okay, move on. Next room.
Alright.
Can I try looking like under the bed or try to find like a hidden nook or cranny like behind a curtain or under a desk, or try to check the floorboards under the bed, see if one of them is wiggly or something like that?
Right. Roll me another investigation to see if you can find anything of the like.
Oh,
Alright, as you look around
Please.
the room, you do find under one of the, there's basically one, kind of like a cabin where they keep all their clothes, right? And in this room, which presumably belongs to Flint then, I suppose, you look into this cabinet, and right at the back, you find what appears to be some sort of hidden, small hidden box around this size. It's more of like a really small treasure sort of like thing that you can open.
Septimus is gonna wave over the, Rika and Saban and say, I think I would be quite good as a burglar, perhaps. Look what I found. And, hold up the box.
Rick is going to come over.
Alright. So as you open it and look inside, you find 3 things of note. Let me just for a moment think real quick. Right. You find, first of all, you find another one of these sacks that looks identical to the one Rika found previously, but it seems to be have contents in it. It's a small sack, around this size, very small, compact, and striking shut. You also find a couple of gold coins, as well as a note that says to get more on it, to get more
Herbs?
at GI, remember?
I'm going to take the small bag. That is
There is also a very, very small, compact flask around this size. A bottle.
What's inside it?
It appears to be see-through liquid. It is an unlabeled bottle.
Is it like corked?
No, it is not.
Is it normally
It
corked?
is normal. It seems to be normal.
Okay, so I can just open it and close again if I want to.
Yes, you can.
Okay, go open it, smell the contents. Keep it away, just get a whiff.
Alright, you want to take a whiff. Okay. As you take a whiff, what do you want to check it for? Anything particular?
Just if it had,
Perception?
wave the vapor.
Perception to see if you recognize the smell, essentially?
I mean, I'm basically just checking if it's alcohol, but perception if it's anything else.
Okay. Go on for perception. Yeah, that does seem, it definitely has a very peculiar sort of smell. Very, very peculiar smell. As you take a bit of a deeper smell of it, roll me a constitution save. Roll me a constitution.
I've said I'm doing this.
Sorry, man. Nat 1. As you basically do this, you sort of fall forward with your nose stuck in the bottle. Roll me constitution.
12.
It's good enough. As you take a bit of distance, as you start feeling a bit of woozy, it definitely, just alone the smell clouds the mind very, very clearly. This is, this must be really strong stuff.
Like alcohol or
Poison?
Yeah, must maybe be alcohol. Probably.
chloroform?
No, it's probably alcohol.
Oh, no.
Probably alcohol. You think? But you still feel a bit dizzy. Might be alcohol. Probably alcohol.
Okay, putting it in the bag, like corking it and putting it in the bag.
Okay, you do that. You guys see, of course, how Rika is reeling a little bit from this.
Yeah, is Saban still in the hallway listening? Or...
Okay, yeah, sorry for listening. Do roll me a perception check, please.
Come on, 4.
And it is
9.
actually not a 4 on this occasion.
It's a 9.
Let me just check something real quick. You cannot hear anything particular. You hear a very faint scratching noise on wood.
The cats.
Probably.
Except it's not coming from the library, it's coming from Hannah's room.
Oh. Mm.
Otherwise, everything seems to be quiet.
So Saban gets into the room then and points to the remaining door. Scratching going from there. Another one seems to be quiet.
You're
Okay,
going to
let's...
need to pass the scratching door to get to the only other door left.
Wait, I mean...
Hmm?
There's Hannah's door, then there's the closet, and there's another room, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to the other room.
Okay. As you pass by the scratching door, you hear things. Please let me out. I'll be good. I want out. Please. Very faint.
Saban kind of looks at Rika and Sherazin. What exactly is the deal with that?
Leo, we can't hear you. You're muted, I think. No, still.
Nope. Nope. Maybe your connection is loose. Try plugging the mic in deep.
So Rika, you're the only one who has the ability to fill the others in. Is there anything you would like to tell? Hello, welcome back.
Hey, I don't know there. It's all yeah, bitch, we're leaving.
Okay, yeah. I was like motioning, let's get into the other room so that we don't, you know.
As you get
She
to
doesn't
the
hear.
other room, you feel it's locked again as you try the door handle. This is the one room so far you've tried that is locked.
Key.
Okay, as you try the key, you see that it does not fit. The key is far too thick to fit into the lock.
Fuck. Now what?
Which side are the hinges on?
Let's see. Hinges. That is a good question. I have no idea. I'm just gonna roll the dice for that. They're on your side.
Who needs a rogue or thieves tools? We can just dismantle the house piece by piece.
Take out the hinge pins.
Okay, you want to basically pull it out of its hinges?
Basically, I'm gonna take the hinge pins out, which means that the door isn't attached to the hinge side. At that point, you can just draw it out.
Okay, I'm gonna make you roll athletics to see how much noise this whole process is going to make.
Yeah. Can I get help with it, or is it just a straight roll?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to help, so yes. You can roll with advantage.
I'm gonna help.
Okay.
19.
19. It goes rather smoothly. Where do you set it down? In the hallway itself? Where do you put your door?
Don't really move it a lot.
Okay, so
Think
move
of putting
next
it back
to
anyway, so it's just
doorway.
literally kind of like leaning.
Okay.
I think actually to make it less likely to fall over, turn it like from standing upright against the wall, make it like... Okay, my mouse is messed up. Make it go that way. Not that. That.
I see.
Basically
Okay, so
turn it
it's
on
like-
its side.
Okay, I see. You have barely enough space to do that, since you are at the end of the hallway, but you can barely do it until it basically reaches the window. And as you do, you can step into what is very clearly the master bedroom, as is the one bedroom that has a double bed in it. And as you do step inside, this bedroom has a fireplace, a lovely chair by the window, the bed, the two-side bed, as well as two different drawers next to your bed on each side. There's also a door basically there's a bit of a circulation around the corner of the room onto which a door leads into. A sort of like walk-in closet.
Okay, so since we're kind of away from Hannah's door, from the house told you, this lady doctor told me that Hannah was suggested until her mind kind of broke. She thinks
Who
she's
did that?
well, Lady Vashta thinks it's our dear friend, the mayor's son.
I don't believe it.
It doesn't seem like it.
I don't
Having
believe it.
met him now, I don't think it's him.
Yeah.
He seems like a wimp. So I doubt.
Okay.
And again, wimps can have some very desperate means of making friends.
He might not have meant to harm her, but done it by accident.
Supposedly, they were engaged. So I don't know what he'd have to gain from it, but
Well, there's either two options. The family did it to break off the engagement, or he did it to enforce the engagement.
well, we can talk to him about it next time we meet him.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we should check bedside tables. Is there a desk in the room?
There isn't a desk.
Okay.
There is various places in which you can put something next to a chimney, for example, is one. There's
Okay,
even
so-
a couple of books on the table next to a chimney.
Mm.
And
So Bone is gonna take a look under the pillow, under the mattress, and then in the chimney. Like inside of it. See if there's a hidden compartment there.
roll me investigations, Mark. Meanwhile, Rita, as you look through the bedside drawers, you find nothing particularly that is incriminating. You do, however, find some jewelry if you would like to retrieve that.
No.
Other than that, you do not find anything. So you steal the wax seals, the wax, the quill and the ink, but jewelry, that's where you draw the line.
Well, I didn't steal any quill and ink.
Okay.
Just the
Just
crest.
the wax seal, okay, got it.
It's the wax seal.
Saban, okay, with that investigation, as you look around, you notice that the bed is quite dusty. Doesn't look like it has been used a long time. And as you look around, look under the sheets and everything, a bit of dust flies up, but there's nothing that appears to be hidden anywhere on the bed. But you can tell with certainty it's probably quite a long time ago that anyone slept in it.
Okay, so closet.
As you open the closet, you are... there's a variety of things inside it. There's some clothes, and there is a chest at the bottom as well. A rather big chest.
Is it locked?
There is a keyhole in front of it.
Does it seem like it would fit our key?
It does.
Oh, bring the key.
There you go.
Alright, so you put the key into the iron chest. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
You turn the key. Who is it doing, by the way? Eureka?
Yeah.
Okay. And you hear a mechanical click. It's quite a thick key, as I've mentioned before. It didn't even mention to go into any of the door keyholes. And as you need to turn it, it does require a bit of strength, as it locks several mechanical things into place. It occurs to you that this must be more than just a simple lock. There's other things happening as you turn this key.
Oh, this chest was definitely trapped.
Oh yes. This does not take a genius to take that conclusion. But as you turn the key, you hear the clicking, several clicking in the chest, and the lid gives way. You think you've opened it.
Okay, what's in it?
And as you pull up the lid of this heavy chest inside, keep in mind that this room is not well illuminated. You're currently in a closet, essentially. But for you, Rick, that doesn't make a big difference. But as you open it in your black and white vision, you see a skull looking towards you, as well as several bones surrounding it. There's a skull inside this chest. And by the look of it, it's been dead for a long while.
She keeps her husband's bones in a chest.
What?
That's pretty weird.
Is that what's in there? That can't be it.
Well, it's bones of some kind.
Does it have
Would it really be the first time we've come across someone's remains being persevered?
Does it have another bottom? Like a bottom under it?
Does it seem like the bottom of this chest is the bottom of this chest?
It does appear that you've already uncovered the dark secret within this chest.
Mm-hmm.
Would any one of you want to roll me an insight into the chest itself?
Yes.
Sure.
Could someone either give assistance or roll for it himself, considering he has done some less than
You want to assist
honorable
me?
jobs in his time?
Assist me, please.
Just
Everyone is so quick to roll, it's hard to make your case of, yeah, I want to assist to give someone advantage.
no, I'm going to rule that you can't assist someone after they've already rolled. That would be a bit.
But he was saying that he wants to. What the fuck is this?
I'm sorry,
No, it's
you
okay,
should
it's
have rolled
okay.
yet.
I mean,
you
to
can
be
roll
fair, I
yourself.
was saying it after Rika had rolled and before Septimus rolled. I was saying that, could I give assistance? I was waiting for the GM to say okay.
Okay then, never mind.
But listen, I'm saying you like this. You can roll still now, but I'm telling you immediately, Rika is the one, due to her dark vision and being in a dark corner, as well as the fact that she's the one standing over it, who has the lowest DC. And she already rolled a 19, so
You know what? Yeah, never mind.
we're splitting
I
hairs at
guess in
this
that
point.
case I'll just
Yeah.
roll.
Yep, that looks like a skeleton to you. Anyway, for actually even Septimus, you actually still also get it. The way that the skeleton is inside this chest does not come across to you as the person who's put the skeleton in his chest did so in a loving fashion. It seems more like the skeleton was literally just stuffed into this chest. Because what is a big chest? This is a human skeleton we're talking about. It's just stuffed in there. It doesn't seem like the person who stuffed the skeleton into this chest had any sort of special sort of emotional feeling towards the skeleton in any way. In any case, Rika, you might even get the feeling that this was done rather violently. Literally, it was being stuffed into the chest rather than laid down.
Okay. Anger issues. We got it. You got some problems. We got it. Close the chest and relock it.
Okay. With the locking, you hear several small clicks again all around the lid of the chest. And with that is done. At this point, there's still a couple of clues all around. And as you lock it again and push it back, you notice a trap door on the ceiling of the closet.
Oh, really?
Okay, all right. So another important thing. Would any of these dresses look good as Sharson? Just,
Priorities, I see.
Listen, we were talking about Rika. There's no priorities here. There's only...
Roll me an inside.
Rika is the best. I love her.
Inside.
Okay.
Holy shit, you find the perfect dress for Saracen right now.
Okay, I'm stuffing it into my...
It's beautiful, it's not too fancy, it is kind of humble in its own way, it's great, it's perfect.
Okay, stuffing it
See
into my...
opening, because at the moment it's like, they're stealing clothes. Never mind. Ignore this happening. Pretend it isn't happening.
You guys are stuffing this fine clothing into the backpack, I guess.
Yeah.
What color is it?
You can't tell, since Rika's going to be alone in the dark closet. Even she has no idea what color it is before stuffing it in.
Mustard.
We'll see.
I mean, if I have any indication of, like, the gray scale, I can have...
bright color, probably.
I have some kind of idea of what kind of, strength of, what kind of saturation it is. But, okay, so, trapdoor in the top. I'm going to stand up on the chest and push.
And you open it. And atop of you, at this point, complete darkness. You can still see the ceiling of the attic up there, but you're afraid your companions will not have as much luck.
Where are you going, Rika?
There's a trap door up here. No.
Okay. We're gonna need torches if we're going up there.
I could see.
Yes, but we couldn't.
No.
I'm not letting you go up there alone.
Sure, we can take a torch with us in.
Okay.
I help you guys up after you get me up there, and then I can light it.
Okay.
So as you climb up,
Is there nothing in the chimney? Or...
Oh, you're looking into the chimney. Smart.
I said it was part of my investigation.
Oh, pardon.
I look under the pillow, under the mattress, and then in the chimney.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about
to see if there's a hidden compartment in there.
Well, as for the chimney itself, there's still some faint glows of ember inside. But otherwise, as you look into the chimney, pat around the door, see if there's any hidden compartments, it appears that there isn't. But
a bed that hasn't been slept in for ages, someone keeps lighting up the fireplace in this room.
Absolutely. There is a chair nearby. This room, especially with the chest and everything, it looks like this room has been used. There's the books nearby, the fire, definitely somebody has been in this room. In fact, even recently. But the bed, nobody's been slept in that for at least months at this point.
All right. Gonna take a look on what the titles of the books are as I make my way to the closet.
Let's see, what are the titles of the books? Right. So, one of the books is about the history of names, oh god.
That's an interesting title. What's the
Yes.
other one?
No, sorry. The first one is the history of the Svalig Valley, and the second one is about fish. I can't think of a title. It's just about fish, let's say. It has a fancy title. It's about aquatic creatures and you.
Well, going up into the attic.
Alright, so you go into the attic. As you do, roll me in athletics to get up there. So I'm going to insist again if you want.
So I get an assist.
Oh man, stop taking the piss out of me. I don't...
It's a great quote.
Right, you get up there, no problem. And as you do get up there, there is also a movable ladder that you can get down there for the rest of the
Okay,
time.
I'm just going to put the ladder down.
You softly put it down and you take in your surroundings and you find yourself in a rather dusty attic. You see to one side 4 beds lining next to each other with very little space left. In fact, yeah, that's about that. And yeah, there's actually, let's wait for the others to make their way out, shall we?
How's it looking? Should we lift the door back before we go up there?
We might want to do that, yeah. Well, at least you'll put it in the position.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sharon, do you mind giving me a hand? So I'll put the pins in yet, but just make it a bit harder to see that someone's in here.
Yes, okay, yes. Also, please don't call me Sharon.
Then what do you prefer?
I have a name, Sharasan, not Sharon.
All right, Lady Sharasin. Name?
Don't catch an attitude. But yeah, she is gonna help him.
Look, man, Saban lives his life in the woods. Now he has to learn a new pronunciation as well? Damn, man. That's a lot.
Call me fucking Sharon, okay? Those are fighting
No,
words.
Shara.
Karen.
I called you Shara.
Oh,
I literally cut
Shara.
out the last part of your name. That's why Sabana got an attitude. Because it was like, okay,
Okay.
fuck, I'll call you by your full name, lady.
I thought you called her Sharon. Okay,
No,
Shara
Shara.
is good. Okay,
Yeah.
Shara is good. Okay, damn, Shara's good.
Anyway, you're now all on the top. Which one of you has the torch?
Well, I didn't bring torches.
I did. I have the torch.
Okay, so you're lighting up a
Great
torch,
torch.
illuminating your surroundings at this point.
Yeah, well,
And
she brings up the torch. I light it with prestidigitation because, you know.
okay, so it's like as you do, the room around you lights up, and you are inside a rather small attic in which you see 4 beds to the end of the room opposing to you where the trapdoor was, and otherwise not much. There's a bit of dust in the corners, but otherwise there's very clear signs that people have been here. Multiple footsteps in the dust.
Are there any other doors in the room?
Roll me investigation.
Wow.
Wow, unlucky.
Meanwhile, my average for rolls is 9 so far.
As you look around the room, this is your second. Oh, wow. You know, there's the beds. It's clear that they've been used. And as you look around with the fire now illuminating the place even better, making it even easier for you to see things, you see also a faint track of footsteps around a specific place in the wall, where you can see that the wood boards are only made to look as if they were walls. They're actually a door, and this makes sense because the attic would be much bigger, wouldn't it be?
Mm-hmm.
This definitely makes sense, as there's much more place that can be utilized in the attic, and it leads towards the rest of the space that could be utilized. You found
Alright.
a secret door, it appears.
I'm opening the not a door.
The not door, right. As
The totally wall.
As you apply a little bit of pressure, the door, or rather the wooden piece on a hinge, gives way and opens, and you see the rest of the room much bigger than the rest. And at the end, there is, of course, again, the outstretch of the little out extension of the house, for which a big window shines a little singular beam of light into this otherwise complete darkness. You can see outside how much it is raining, and even here up in the attic you hear the raining the loudest. It is almost deafening as it clashes against the roof. On several spots on the house you can even see the water drip. But in this extension of the room, all of these different perceptions that you take in fade out, as after you open this not door, the smell of blood clashes against you. And you see a pentagram on the floor.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Anything other than the pentagram? Anything other than the
As you
pentagram?
step inside the room and take a closer look around, the pentagram is surrounded by a couple of stools at each end of the line. There's a couple of candles also positioned all around the circle of the pentagram at each intersection. They're not lit, but they are there, and they seem to have been utilized at some point since they've already burnt out. Otherwise, there is a chest to the side of the pentagram, and that is about all there seems to be in this room.
So, the pentagram. Does this seem similar to anything I saw in the Durst mansion?
The Durst mansion. Interesting.
Yes. The murder house.
Alright, so you step up to the pentagram and want to look if there's anything similar, is there?
Mm.
Okay. So, how are you going to look into this? In an arcane sense or divine?
Arcane.
Okay, roll me an arcana.
Because Strahd isn't a religion. Well, wait, is he a religion? I mean, technically it will be a religion, but they'd use Arcana because he's not a god.
Or is he?
He's not a god.
Come the fuck on.
I'm going to use Arcana.
Alright, go on. Use
Because I'm
your
not a
arcana.
religion. Oh, that's pretty.
I have a question. How close do you get to the...
I am not stepping into it, and I'm staying outside of the circle of the stools.
Alright, very intelligent. What about the other two? What are you doing meanwhile?
I'm going to specifically mention to them not to step anywhere close to the pentagram.
The pentagram does
Yeah,
occupy a large area of the room. It seems to be going almost throughout the whole room.
Okay.
But it is possible to avoid it by staying to the edges of the room.
That is exactly what Shirasan is going to do. She's going to walk around the room carrying the torch and, looking at the pentagram and also trying to see if she can find anything that's been left behind, any papers, like anything.
Okay. You can
Paper,
roll me
diary, book.
investigation in the meanwhile, then.
Investigation.
Yes, investigation to see if anything has been left behind.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you look around and you, it's not too hard to make out, but just judging by the smell, the very stenching smell, inside the chest presumably is something dead.
Okay.
Anyway, back.
Where is the chest?
The chest is on, to the side of the wall. It's not inside the pentagram, so you can safely get there without crossing. As for Rika, as you are basically looking at the way it is made and everything, to try and see if there's any relation to what you saw in the Dorst mansion. It's a bit tough to tell. You're looking for arcane similarities. The thing is, back at the Dorst mansion, there was barely anything that was legitimately arcane. It was basically just amateur hour over there.
Yeah, I suspect that these people are a little bit more arcanely inclined.
And as you look at the pentagram, the different arcane readings, signs that are made in the outer rim of the pentagram, you recognize definitely some similarities, as in, it's a pentagram, there's some basic new things there, and as you look more and more into it, you do see that this pentagram is also very shit. It has literally no arcane raison d'etre. It's just, this might as well just be paint on a floor. It can't do nothing. It's nothing.
Like the Dust Mansion?
This is as magical as... See, the thing is, it's not the same as in the Dust Mansion. The literally only similarity is that both of these are shit. If they are legitimately trying to be arcane, they're not succeeding. This isn't magical at the least. Nothing here, nothing about this pentagram is magical. But it's definitely different. In a way, okay, you roll quite high, not saying that. In a way, this couldn't fool anyone who has any idea about the arcane arts into thinking that this is in any legitimate way arcane. This is basically what you would think peasants would think like the arcane looks like, or demon sacrificing, or whatever. Even the Dorst family mansion had more elaborate things than this, because they at least had something that looked like it could be arcane. Like, you stood there and you looked at it and you were like, well, I guess this could have some sort of arcane meaning. This is worse than, writing. This has nothing in it. Nothing. There's no magical infusion. There's no magical meaning. There's no word of power. Nothing. It's really like somebody just painted on what they thought might look like a pentagram for demon summoning and just painted it there without any thinking if it actually would work. This makes you angry slightly as somebody who has summoned demons before. But yeah, that's about it for the pentagram.
Seeing as it isn't arcane, is it religious then?
I mean, see, that's the thing, because religion is very iffy. I mean, if somebody were to worship something like that, I guess, but it has no divine power in it either. Okay. However, you do notice...
Passive perception 15.
Let me think this through for a moment.
Okay.
No, there's nothing magical about the pentagram. It's as simple as that. There is...
Okay, so not even divine magical.
No, at least not that you think. This is as magical as something done in red paint. But what you do notice is that this is not red paint. This is blood.
Yeah, I understood as much. Well, I'm going to step into it.
Okay, you step into it. Just in general, or do you go to a
Just to see
middle?
if anything happens.
Okay.
If
So
I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
you step into the pentagram. Anything specifically you would like to do, or just step into it?
Step into it.
Okay, you step into it. You do that. Meanwhile, Saban, what are you doing? Anything?
Nothing much really, to be completely honest. Like watching the room, seeing if there's anything besides the huge pentagram that's worth noting.
As I said, there's the stools surrounding it. There's candles, and there is one other thing, which is at the corners of the room. There is once again small tables with candles on top of them, singular candles to sort of illuminate the
Kind of tables.
rest of the room. Sorry,
What kind?
it's sort of like a singular round.
Like, do they have drawers? Or?
No, they don't have to ask. It's a singular
All
round
right.
wooden table that simply stands there. It looks slightly noble-esque in that way. Septimus, anything you're doing? You want to take a look
What size were the beds, by the way?
at the what?
The beds.
The beds.
What
Oh, sorry, the
size?
beds. Big enough for a normal person.
No.
And they looked utilized as well. They also looked a bit dirty.
Can I check under the beds if there's anything there?
Okay.
Items or belongings or anything?
No, investigation, sorry.
Not sure. Does it? Investigation? Can
I
I?
mean, yeah,
Well,
I guess it could be perception depending, but I'm gonna go with investigation because you're trying to look. I'm basically including as well as sort of looking in sort of halfway hidden places, not just like looking under, seeing if you can find anything obvious there.
alright, yeah.
You do find a couple of what appears to be belongings under one of the head thingies. Yes, English. Which appears to be a singular book, and yeah, you find a book under one of them. You find a small pouch with gold under the sheets of another. It appears that definitely some people have tried to hide things there. You also find a locket nearby the book. Small silver locket.
Open it up.
Inside there is a picture of some guy. You do not recognize this guy. This
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna keep that with
back
me.
to Septimus. And meanwhile, you wanted to look into your chest, did you?
I did actually, yeah. You said there's a scent of blood coming from there, so I think it should be investigated. We've seen bones and... What is the pentagram made of?
Sorry, come again.
What is the pentagram made of?
Blood.
I'm gonna open the chest, and I'm hoping that I'm not gonna find a person in there.
You find a person in the chest. You find a bloodied corpse of a dressed man inside the chest. It is not alive anymore, but it appears to not be all that old of a corpse either.
You know what else we found? The corpse of a person in a chest. The desk mansion.
Coincidence? For you to decide.
I think not.
Anyhow, as you open the chest, by the way, Rika, back to you. As you stand in basically the pentagram, you wait a couple of seconds and nothing happens. But before you step out, Septimus opens the chest, and as they take in the side, a couple of ghosts manifests at the corners of the room.
Oh,
Intruders!
Motherfucker.
And we're taking a break here.
Motherfucker. That fucking chest.